Welcome back to Overlord. Ein's out here wondering what's going on. There's some very powerful entities out there that have managed to take down two of his highly prized Death Knights. If only he knew it was gravity. But reclaiming the ancient homeland, the capital of the dwarves itself, doesn't actually seem as though that much of an arduous task. Maybe Shaltir will learn a thing or two. I don't think the Quagga are really cut up to stand up against Ainz and the might of Nazarick and the Sorcerer Kingdom. And is Aura actually going to mention what it is she found or noticed? Or just assumes, yes. I see, Ainz. You know the Death Knights didn't actually get over the bridge. This is all a teaching lesson. Moment. I just hope that going forward, there's some good scenes with some well-spent animation. And how is he going to treat subordinates that ran away from the front? And since they don't have much of a forewarning or knowledge of Death Knights and maybe even the undead, he's not hungry. It seems the conflict has come straight to them. Just in case anything goes wrong. What a strategist. And then, once they're both slightly weakened, just stroll in and scoop up the winnings. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to go quite the way that this beast is planned. And by what point are we actually going to see the dragons? Is it going to be this episode? They've been taunted in the opening each time. Every time I hear any of the Overlord openings, well, it just makes me want to listen to it again straight after. Oh. So me wondering what's going to happen with the dragons when they're going to show them off? Immediately, actually. Immediately after they were talking about it just now. And why should they assist? A little bit extra gold and rewards, sure, why not? Oh no. Little do they know, they really should have done their research beforehand. I mean, did you really think one bag was going to be enough? One pitiful sack of gold? Why would they actually be present personally? The eldest son, something clever... Huh? So how are you expected to send them? If it means saving some time, why does he not want to leave? Just trying to enjoy his night. Not to be disturbed, but no. Just leave him alone with his books. Is he going to have to find a new room? One that isn't so drafty now? Really? Could have fooled me. I didn't think of the... Yep, breathe in. I didn't think of the scales of the dragon being used as pockets. And it might be good to have someone that actually kind of knows about what's going... Some of the enemies we'll be going up against. Yep. Hold your tongue for a second, regain your composure. Really not used to conflict, really, isn't it? And what? Thought you'd be bigger. Immediate. Immediate subordination. Don't do anything to my heart. He just wants us to sit and have a nice time by himself in solitude. Extra reason for him to be nice to Irons right now. No, just this one. Even more reason to keep him alive as a specimen. Exactly. I'll give you... Excuse me? And what does it have to get through any of this? Do you want this dragon? Seems a bit defective. Well, at least it was only P. What did you hear? Ah. It was just so pleased. No, shout here. There's no change of clothes out here. Please don't say it's already too late. Well, I guess with the lack of toilet paper, you might need to use rock to wipe down. And hopefully they'll be up for a little bit of deliberation and conversation. If it can be spared. Might need to point out the mother first, though. Yeah, the way he's introducing him, they're not going to take that lying down. Is he going to have to show a bit of strength right there? Well, there's the show of strength. Yeah, they share duties. You should have said this before. At least they get the parts of the former King of the Dragons. Grasp Heart seems like a bit of an overpowered spell, really. Just pop, and you're gone. He's obviously turning a blind eye. He doesn't see anything that's happening in the treasury. Such riches just behind the door. Is it going to be a long night, or would this be over in a matter of hours? Subjugation, eradication. Which is better? Now, actually, put those words to action. Why would he make a mistake? Think about it. It was the footprints. Shout here. Really? Still? Yes, obviously not a double meaning in all of this. The fact that they think so positive of him, and he can get away with anything like this, and there's double meanings in everything. Any small action he takes is always like for their benefit or to further his plans. Even if they can't quite understand the meaning of it. That's a good idea. And considering we saw at the beginning of the opening, I think I know which way this is going to go, but any actions other than these two answers will be taken as aggression. Well, submit or die. There's your reason. I mean, if he is separated from their shoulders, they would be... I wonder if that's going to go down well. How are you... How are you going to get through to them as... Yep. Kill your brethren. Well, I suppose Shouty will just have to help them with it. Yeah, just keep sending them into the meat grinder. Yep, their numbers are almost down to the appropriate limit. The elite guard. Exhausted. She's barely broken a sweat. Or is it sending them to their deaths so they can die in battle, rather than be part of those who are under the thumb of the new rule? It's better than 0. How dare they not go all out straight away, hiding their strength and what's been going on. I do like the kind of automatic counter that Shouty was almost having. I mean, the sheer confidence in it is just, okay, stroll in, kill your king, there you go. No battle, no back and forth. Well, he wanted some parts. I mean, it isn't an immediate show of superiority. They could have done so much better. I mean, yeah, merciful. He is a lot nicer than before. Before, if anyone went up against him, he would wipe them out and their families and the friends and anyone that ever met them. Now, if they go up against him, he gives them a second chance. Granted, with great damage to their populace, but still. Ah. Play it off, so do you know what I was doing? Ah. Yes, that is entirely why I did it. Just roll with it at this point. I mean, if she's tearing up to this extent, they'd do something like that and make a bit of a folly. Even in the rare occurrence, no one has to be perfect 100% of the time. The other Guardians are going to be jealous of that. Ooh. The Runesmith's getting a new lease on life. Big feast. Liquor. He didn't have the talent for rune crafting himself, but seeing the merry and the beginnings of it coming back, he was the oh. The first time we've had a face-to-face contact with Demiurge. That's a big geode in the back. It would have taken at least a month extra. I mean, you saw the plans that he had for the Empire. Things have just kind of worked out. I don't think that's... God damn! No wonder! He's already... Well, I guess with a lifespan of undead being near infinite, why wouldn't he think that far in the future? It's basically like next Tuesday for him. What's going on? God damn. The legacy of Ainz and how powerful he really is just continues to grow. With or without his consent. The fact that Aura has powered up slightly, gotten herself a little pet dragon, even if it does need to be house trained. I think now that they've got a small detachment of Quagga under their control, the capital is regained, certain bits from the treasury just kind of vanished. They are really on good steps forward. The dragon's also under the watchful eye of the Sorcerer Kingdom. In just a span of a short few episodes, strength has really, well, not changed that much, but at least population density has increased. It would be nice to see Ainz coming up with some more tactics other than just grasp, heart, crush, but effective. An immediate way to show anyone Don't try it. There's no pain, there's no suffering, there's just the cold embrace of death. Immediate, unflinching, uncaring. Honestly, that's a bit more terrifying than actually just some big spell eviscerating them and causing utmost damage. No, just nothing, just fall over dead. Oh. Also, you really don't know just how lucky the dragons were that they sent the hermit of the group. If you'd had anyone else, like the one that tried to stand up afterwards, yeah, they probably all would have been annihilated by now. Turned into some nice and juicy dragon burgers. But such a quick wit. Yes, they are all my mother. Some nations and races with a bit more prosperity and actual community, nationality, and might need a bit more than just come in, kill your ruler, and like, I'm in charge. Play in line, or you end up like the last guy. That's why you had to go through the song and dance with the Empire, get them to become vassals. Still playing around with the theocracy. What nation is next? Or is I just going to take a bit of a backseat and see his adventurer guild grow? Still, it's sometimes hard to watch when you've got the utmost devotion from the Floor Guardians and how much they put stock in everything Ein says. He really couldn't just make an honest mistake. No, it was all for a learning experience. There's nothing that he could do wrong, thinking 10,000 years in the future. If only they could be more like him. Or maybe not. I wonder where the world would be if they were a little more self-autonomy. But the time has long since passed that they were just simple NPCs. They're now thinking and moving of their own accord. And learning what might be, what could come to pass, and if there's anyone or anything from the previous life and previous game still around. Well, if there is, I want to see it. So does Ain's, really. To be fair, that's one of his main goals. Part of the reason why he's taking over the entire world. At least someone will take notice then and realise, oh, hang on a minute, that seems familiar. So, if you want to see that, if it ever occurs, make sure to stick around. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel, maybe even showing your love and appreciation with a like or a comment down below. It helps out a lot more than you think. But for now, make sure to get yourselves a bit of rest. See you in the next one. If you want to have your icy grip around my heart, consider joining on to my Patreon, because without your help, the channel would more than likely be long dead. So if you want to join the list of benevolent rulers, consider joining onto my Patreon as well, and be alongside Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthur, Kite, Mystic Square, Shiran, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Akane, Wawan Tori Jane, Danny Swede, Diego Zenhausen, Jim Ace, SZ9870, and everyone else. I just assure you there's no vast treasure behind any of my doors.